Oh, sunny day. Oh, sunny day, sunny spirit. Oh, your spirit. It's your spirit. I love that spirit. I love that spirit. Maybe I'll close the door. Look at my shoes. Spirit. Yeah, leave the door open for spirit. Don't go in the backyard, Fiji. Let's go in the backyard. You want New Orleans be flooded? It takes no time for it to flood here. It's already flooding. See? Oh, birds. Gotta see that. The marsh back here. Crazy. Yeesh. Cats are in here. Everything in here is ruined. Hey, Tiny. Hey, Legend. Let's see if she's in here. She ain't even in here. Hi, Jack. Jack. You're standing in a little box. She leaves enough food for y'all. Don't act like y'all starving. Y'all just want to get out. I don't blame you. Hey, Cammy girl. Oh, gosh. It's my dad. My aunt. It's my dad. It's art of my dad is my mom. My grandpa did that.
Exercise is to go slow enough so that you don't get crossed.
Hello.
So you want each finger.
Listen, I'm so glad you came. I got a notice about cars.
My car, I know.
Well, listen, I'm the car. I called and talked to the lady about the grass too. And but I should have told you were, you're in Paris, quick, I believe. But yeah, because they will take them, and then you have to.
But then I don't understand why people have more than one car. There's more than one people. There's two houses. There's two houses.
I don't understand.
You know, it's a y'all. It's our. We own that part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we park our cars there? I don't get it. I just have to tell them, I guess. Like, I'm working on this car. It's not. I mean, I have proof that it was ruined in the hurricane, and that I just need to get it fixed. But I can't rush because I'm waiting for FEMA to give me money to fix it. So they just need to know that.
I mean, then they'll take it off and they bring it to a junkyard, and then you have to pay to get it back.
That's so ridiculous.
It is.
Well,
I mean, because it's not ugly cars.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it's
all the tires are there, everything is there. But you just have to move them.
Why are you wet?
Because she had to go pee.
I'm taking pictures of everything. Making little family records, I guess. Okay. No, I'm still working over there. I just got back yesterday, so I have a lot of cleaning to do. It's always like that when I leave and come
Oh,
back.
listen.
Did you have any dreams last night?
Did I have any dreams? Oh, yeah, I did. Wow. That's funny. I'm trying to think. I dreamt about it. It was a kind of disconcerting dream. But I told you, I was telling Melissa, because I went over there to see the kids yesterday, and it's really weird. Like some people like talk about, they miss the people that passed on and all. I mean, like, but for me, it's like I can almost see, like Dwayne and my grandma. It's like I can almost see them in the room around me. It's really.
When you dream or when you're awake?
All the time. I
mean,
all I do is just slow down and think about it. And it's like I can feel the presence of all the people that have passed on.
I've always felt that from my dad.
Like my grandma and all too.
Yeah.
It's like the echoes of them.
Yeah.
It's very comforting. Guess what I mixed together, and it was so delicious. It tasted like a really super nice muffin. I fixed half oatmeal and half raisin bran.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And I cooked it together.
That sounds really good.
And it tasted like a really, really good bran muffin. I mean, it was just really, I can't believe I haven't tried that before.
Miss Puppy. Oh, your teeth look like Mercury's.
I mean, it's just so. Michael had to have one pull because.
What are you working on?
This is a story. It's about a plantation, and the black people and the Irish man that's the overseer, and the Frenchman that owns it, and the Scottish wife. And
interesting.
I wrote it when I was 18, and then I threw it away because I didn't think I was old enough to write a book.
Oh, wow.
So I wrote it again in my 20s. And I have it all in the computers. Well, no, I have the first 5 or so chapters in the computer. The rest is longhand in the loose leaf binder. A story or two of like 2-3 years, But, and then it is right before the Civil War, so you go into all the stories about what's going on in town and the feelings and everything about state rights and the slavery issue. And this man, he does it because he meets the owner of the plantation, and he personally has been like studying metallurgy and studying forging things and all these things in the Industrial Revolution. And they meet and they really hit it off. So he offers him a job to be overseer, and he says that if he does that for 2 years, then he will help him with his investors, business, and everything. So the guy does it, but then being an overseer, he gets it, it's just like a horrible job.
It's basically being a slave owner.
And every time he wants to quit, he thinks, well, if I quit, it's somebody else that might be meaner, And so he just goes, and then he falls in love with the wife because the guy was an alcoholic.
Wow, this sounds good.
And actually, I can see Dana and Ronnie. I can see the people in the family and me in this story. I can see them as like, I know the story like I was there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just so strong a feeling. And Dwayne was killed by a young black man over $2 bins of folded up to look like a 20, a drug deal where the teenage guy was drunk and had a gun, and he he shot because Dwayne got almost into a fight with the drug dealer guy. Yeah, he was a sweetheart, but I mean, he just did it because he was going out a girl that had been on drugs, and she got off of him, and they were out at a parade, and they wanted to get some marijuana, so mostly for her.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. He ended up getting killed. But I always had this little clip that runs through my head. He is a gray-haired, old Southern Confederate soldier with a braid and a uniform, and he's walking across this bridge, a footbridge somewhere, and he just shoots these two black runaways, and he kills them both. And I always wondered if there's some kind of karmic.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
I mean, because, I know it's him,
yeah,
although it doesn't look like him now.
But you feel the spirit.
Yeah, it's him. I think it was 93. I don't know, I did the cards and it said, could worry over a son who passes. And that's what it said for that month.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Didn't know whether it was the worry that passes over a son, or whether it was the worry that passed, or the worry that he passed, the son passed. I just wrote it down.
Turns out to be a combination of both.
And I found it, reading. I had never wrote things down. But I did this one particular reading. I found it years later in a notebook. And then when your dad died, that poor stupid policeman. Oh my God. And when I was 8 years old, I had that angel tell me under the beautiful
trumpet tree?
The Gabriel's trumpet tree, yeah. And it said two things. Number one, about that what I had to do was smile. That if I initiated that spirit and smiled, it would send it off to everyone that smiled back at me, to them, that I could change the whole world by the time I died just by smiling. Because you have to, and I knew, and at 8, I knew this. It was the integrity, it was the spirit, and the love of the smile had this tremendous power. It wasn't muscles on your face. I was only 8, I knew that. And then this name came to me, and it was either Christian Garber or Christopher Gordon. And the name of the man who killed him was Christopher Gordon. I got the name of the man. But I mean, they talk about.
So what do you think about? Wait, they talk about what? Because I want to.
They talk about, like seeing the future and things like that. And if I was 8 years old in 51. So in 1951, I saw what was going to happen in 1993.
99.
99.
But what do you think that means? So you believe things are predestined? I mean, you must.
Not all of them.
Okay.
But I think that by the time something happens, so many other dominoes have fallen, you can't reach it and change one. Because that was his destiny.
Maybe not everything is predestined.
Well, I think this is a mix. Like all of the elements we have all of those happenings, all of those influences. Like there's just in the physical solid world, there's 100 different elements. Well, in the world of human spirit and thought and mind and love, how many more variations there are,
Mm-hmm.
Also, when I was 12, I had that dream where I saw the coffin of a car that wasn't invented until the 60s. And so 47, 57, 59. All right, see, no. I was born in 43, 50, 50, 55. In 1955, a car wasn't invented until the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why? Like, to see the car with the heating elements in the rear window. I saw that car when I was 12.
Okay.
And it had a coffin in it. And I asked whatever presence was there in the dream, who is that? Who's gonna die? And I knew it was someone I loved. I mean, I loved with my whole life, my whole heart. And I'm like, oh my God, it must be my grandmother. And he said, no. It's closer than that. It's more to your heart than that. And I mean, to a 12-year-old child, what's closer than their grandmother?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, and then when I saw that car for sale, which was a month before he was killed, Dwayne, a month before he was killed, when I saw that car for sale, I almost didn't buy it. Oh, it was a real steal. I had to have a car to drive back home from Kentucky and Tennessee. So I had to buy the car, and I realized that during the car was a signpost. It wasn't an actionary item. It was just a signpost. So I got it. And sure enough.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there is anything that we can do from these? Because I had a vision. But the one that I had was that I think about is when we got robbed in the back of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry, this wasn't that time. We got robbed twice. I think this was that time, and I fell asleep one night. No, I couldn't sleep that night, and I slept with a knife underneath my pillow. That random night.
How old were you?
Just after Katrina, I was like 11.
Okay.
About 11. And then my mom is, she's going in there and tucking me in, which she doesn't do. I'm like 11. But for some reason, she picked up my pillow, fluffing it, kind of, and saw there was a knife. She goes, girl, you can't sleep with a knife under your pillow. Imagine you roll over the wrong way and you cut yourself in your sleep.
You yourself killed.
And I felt, and it was a kitchen knife, and I fell asleep under my pillow. And then she removes it, and then I got up out of my sleep, and I hid because it was right after Christmas. That's why they hit our house up, because I guess they saw we got a new TV or something, just like, oh, it's Christmas, right? And so I got Christmas money, and I hid it along with I had an MP3 player, and I hid my MP3 player and my Christmas money, and I tucked it, I don't even remember where, like in my drawer, like underneath my underwear or something. I just hid it. Like I woke up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. and I hid it. And then the next day we got robbed. And so what I felt was that. And they ransacked everything, but of course they didn't find my Christmas money. So I wonder if there is if there is something extra that's subtle that we do here to say, don't do this, or if you do that, this is gonna happen, or da-da-da. And we don't believe enough, because we're normal people. We don't think that we're really that psychic. No way it's that on point, but maybe.
Yeah, well, we grow up in a world that says, well, you can't see ahead.
Exactly.
Ignore it.
Exactly.
It's just foolish.
Exactly. So I think the lesson for people like us in the world is to listen the first time, no matter how subtle, no matter how inconvenient.
Right. Well, I read there was a yogi named Yogananda Paramahansa who was popular around the Beatles' time. And he wrote a book, and I read it, and he talked about seeing around corners and seeing just a few seconds ahead can save your life.
It's
you
true.
know?
It's true.
I mean, if you, like, that time going down the highway and they had just regular traffic, and all of a sudden in my mind's eye, I see a truck. This huge white truck just covering the whole highway. Well, as soon as I saw it in my mind, I got in the right-hand lane, and then as I was exiting, this big truck jackknifed and stretched across the highway.
Wow.
So, in 5 seconds time, I could have saved my own life.
Yeah.
You know?
And you did.
I would, yeah. I don't know what happened with it. You know, I mean, it was a big old wreck, but
Right.
I don't know if people died or what. I know it wasn't me.
Right.
You know? And, yeah, I tell the kids that. And I tell my grandkids that. Tell your mind, even if it's only a 5-second warning, tell your mind to let you know. Don't turn this way, don't do that. Because you can see that 5 seconds ahead that can save your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like one time I was driving with my friend Sandy, and right where Terry Parkway goes off into Holmes Boulevard, we were coming toward the expressway, and just as we passed that conjunction, I told her, slow down, there's going to be an accident. And as I said that, we heard this noise, and we looked in the rear view mirror, and a car hit a motorcycle, and we see this man flying up in the air.
Wow.
And he's laying on the ground. We went over to him and everything. He didn't speak any English. And somebody was like, or I might, whoever said, call the police, call the police, call the police, get an ambulance. And he's no police, get nobody. He must have been an immigrant, an illegal alien,
Yeah.
And I kept telling him, no, it's okay, and it's keeping him calm and everything. And then the ambulance came and we left. But, I mean, just a few seconds, and me telling her probably didn't affect anything. I think that it was just your spirit making you aware you were about to be traumatized.
Right.
You know?
A little cushion for the blow.
And nothing you can do. You just,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that's like, it doesn't happen as much anymore. I don't remember it. Not that it doesn't happen. But I used to always dream, like a bit. In Kansas, they had the dance floor where they were having a dance in this public building, and the mezzanine floor collapsed on the people. And I can remember being there, and I was home sleeping on my bed, but when I saw it on the news, it was what I had dreamt. And I was there, and all you're doing is just, these people are in trauma. The ones that are living are in pain, and the ones who died are in shock. So all you do is just, your presence is there, and you do this healing thing with them. And Ronnie's always there, and I dream about Ronnie constantly.
Ronnie, Uncle Michael.
Ronnie Michael's daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I dreamed that he's in these things with me, and I've asked him twice. He said, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I believe that because Uncle Michael's a doctor, and Aunt Dawn has always been spiritual in that way,
right?
And into the healing arts.
Yeah.
And you also say you saw, what is it, Jonestown, Jim Jones.
Oh God, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there too.
Yeah, I can see the banana trees and the tin roofs.
When was this that you saw this?
What?
When did you see this?
When did I see that? About 6 months before that.
Oh.
Well, I saw the tin roof, like a compound, and I see all these people, and they're dying.
I don't even want to have you relive this.
It's like that's their trauma. And you just like walk among them, and you just send out healing love and caring, and tell them it's okay,
Yeah.
You just died, but you're okay.
Yeah.
You know, I guess that's what it. You know, 'cause
You saw this in a dream, or you were awake?
it was a dream. It's just a dream. Yeah. Most of the things I see are in a dream.
Mm.
You know, like this ferry boat that turned over. That, I mean, I'm standing on the dock, like I've been called to this river, and it's dusk or dawn, and it's rain, misty rain, and this ferry boat is just upside down. And you know it's a ferry boat. Well, no, I see it before it turns upside down, because the car's rolling, and this one particular truck that's like part of it's turquoise and white, but it's got one red fender that's that primal orange color, and I mean the people of course are just like, you know, instant trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to calm people down. But the person who called me, who was standing on the deck, years later, I was going through family photographs, and it's a little girl who was my best friend in first grade, and she died of pneumonia. She was a little girl in a Catholic uniform standing there calling me, like it was some relative of hers or something was on there.
That's crazy.
All this stuff is so strange.
Do you feel that do you see good things as well? Because this could be, I mean, it's a gift.
Yeah.
Do you think you can train yourself, or you can kind of calibrate yourself to where you're oriented towards the more?
Well, but I don't need to see ahead to see good things. Good things are everywhere.
Right. But you can see the lottery numbers before they come.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, my mama rented a house in Alabama. The people who lived next door to her were quite nuts and evil, and they killed and skinned the cat. They threw broken glass in her swimming pool in the backyard. They put bleach all over this beautiful colonial jasmine plant and killed it. They were evil.
Very.
And so she moved, and the house that she moved to, I saw it in a dream before, so I ever got there. It was on a hill. It was red clay. The house was, and I have photographs of the house too. But when she moved it there, and I was going to go up there, you know, it was like I had to arrange time and everything, so I could stay a while. So I see this house. It's gray and white, and then it's like a big square house, and it has a front porch with the, you know, those big square pillars that kind of taper up like that. It had those, and the floor was gray, and the house was white and gray. But when you walked up on it and looked up, the ceiling was green on the front porch. And when you walked into it, there was a screen door, and you walked through all the way back to the kitchen, and then you came back, and it was like a double house inside. You came back out, you came out that door that way. And I can remember seeing that house up on that hill, and then I go to see my mom, and it's her house.
Wow. That's so wild.
Yeah, I can remember Michael. I don't know. It's kind of like he was King Tut. I've always had the feeling he was King Tut.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like his nanny or something.
Mm.
I call it that it's Egyptian experience, and that's when I was old. But when I was young, Otto was an officer in the Pharaoh's army, and he brought me back as a slave from some campaign, and then he fell in love with me, and his wife was so jealous that he had to sneak me out of there in a basket because she was going to have me killed.
Oh, wow.
And I can remember being in the basket and going down the road in this cart that was pulled by, I think, oxen or something.
I had a... Go for it.
My father was a slave in his household too. I can remember that. And he just sent us both away, him to take care of me. And
That's a beautiful story.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I had a weird Egyptian connection too. There was this name that came to me, Rafa. What?
Yes,
Rafa.
back when I was doing meditation and all of this, it was like you have a spirit name. What's your spirit name? And instantly the word Ra Pith. Ra is the sun god and Pith is the heart. I've never told anybody
Yeah,
that.
I've never heard you say that before.
No, well, it's my spirit name. I don't tell it.
Okay, so it is connected to you because it's all right. So this name Rafa came to me. I thought I made it up. I never heard the name Rafa. I know there's Raphael, which is a nice name, but I would never name my child. I never felt connected to that name. It was Rafa. And I remember being amazed because this name is so beautiful. I was like, I'm going to name my child Rafa. And I still love that name, Rafa. And then I was thinking of a middle name. And then while I was in my sleep, and I do this often, I ask God to send me names in my dreams. Mm-hmm. And in my sleep, the name Aman. And I was like,
oh my God, Ra and Fa from Pharaoh and Aman is...
See?
Yeah.
Got it.
That's the sun god. Right.
Didn't know that at all. I thought it was like, amen, like amen, like a prayer, amen. Right. And I was like, I like that. It's kind of like, it's a prayer. I was like, okay, so Rafa Aman. Oh, so it's nice. I like that. It's a great name. So then I don't remember what happened.
Why don't you just read the wall of the tomb?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, and then I don't know what happened, how it came, but I'll say, wait a minute. And then it turns out, Aman Ra or Ra Aman, one of them, I think it might be King Tut. I don't know.
It's his father.
That's his, okay, I still don't really know. I just know that and it was a couple other things that happened around that time with Egyptian, and I still don't know why that strong Egyptian energy came through of why, and I was like, is my child going to have a spirit of King Tut's father or whoever in him or her? I don't know.
Yeah, it can be in the bloodline.
Because there's the Egyptian right there.
Yeah.
And you've always felt connected to the Egyptian. So that's
I was so into Egyptology, and then when I was in school, and I can still see the page in the book of this reader. They had this little boy. It was the story of a little boy who worked in the field in Egypt, and it talked about how he had bread and onions for lunch, and we had to make something Egyptian to bring to school. So I made a mummy coffin, a sarcophagus. I made a sarcophagus of a mummy, and I painted it with the turquoise and the blue and the orange and the gold. And when I brought it to school, and the teacher looked at it, and she said, "Oh, it is so perfect. Wait, how do you know, and where do you know about that?" And I said, "Everybody knows about the Egyptians and the mummies." And she said, "When you're 12. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But everybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just part of my everything, my consciousness.
Yeah. Curious about that one.
The papyrus are almost gone. I saw a thing on there. It's like a couple of square miles where this one man's growing papyrus, but they're pretty much extinct.
Really?
Yeah, because they're just neglected and built over, and YouTube, I'm so in love with YouTube. I know how to make Egyptian papyrus paper. It's just unbelievable things that are on there, and things that are like a year old that are just full of DNA information about different races and all. It's just profound. The flower that grows in the bayou is a water hyacinth, and I have to get that one little piece. I need moss. I God, I hate the awards. I can't
Gorgeous, Mamaw. So beautiful.
found that, and then, you know, my little white fluffy dog out here. I steal from solitaire painted white, but at the same time.
Looks like
I
Fluffy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where's my phone? Do you see my phone?
So many memories being in his bed and watching a little TV.
All the way up the front.
Yeah, I got it.
I always wanted to do that.
Me and my dad.
Okay. Yeah, look, let me show you, because I was just showing this to somebody.
So tell the camera what this is. Like this. How do you...
Okay. That is my I was out in the yard, and that is just a tree knot, like the ends of branches that were it's just laying out there in the yard. But when I looked at it, I saw the dog's face. And so since it looked like the shape of it and everything was like the dog that I had here, look.
Looks
You
like
can
Fluffy.
see the dog.
That's
I mean,
insane.
it looks like the dog. How could I walk past, even though it wasn't white, I painted it white.
Oh, I love Fluffy. I love Fluffy so much. He was a little vegetarian. He loved fruit, oranges. Oh, I love that dog. Wow.
So precious.
And there he is.
And he lived to be about 15. Well, Sparky too. She was like 14.
Yeah, we have a picture
And then
of
how
him.
she died. That was so cool with Sparkle.
She died in her sleep, huh?
No, well, she died. She was in that little cubby hole under my desk.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I had the doggy bed? That's where she was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up, and she didn't get up and come over, Bobby. So I went over and I petted her, and I said, well, you know, I guess you don't feel good. You just sleep in today. And I petted her on her head, and then she handed me her paw. And I took her paw, and all of a sudden, it's just like the weight of the paw fell on my hand. And I looked at her, and her eyes were closed. And I said, Sparkle? And she died with a paw in my hand. I guess she waited for me to wake up and say goodbye. I mean,
Miss
to me, that
Sparkle.
was a profound moment. She had no good little life.
Yeah.
I took her walking one time, never again. I took her out on a leash. She was about, I guess, a year old. I took her out because she had the whole yard to run, so I didn't worry about her needing walking.
Mm-hmm.
So I take her outside, and it's kind of windy. And we go across the canal, across by the canal on the corner there, and it gets windy, and she's still walking with me, and she's kind of all, you know, humpy like that. And we get to like the middle of the block, and they had these bushes in this yard, and they started blowing and blowing and blowing, and she got so upset, she like jumped all around and turned around and ran home, and she never went out the yard again.
Maybe we should scare Fiji so she don't try to go out.
Oh God, what would scare Fiji? Man, I have so many pictures of Fiji. She's the most photogenic dog.
I know, look.
I've got pictures of her sitting in the kitchen with all of the blue yellow.
Where is Fiji? There you are.
Puts her whole body up on top of me. At these. Yeah, she just gets up in my lap.
Huge head, Fiji.
In the face.